Hi everybody! Well, it's countdown to Christmas time and you know what that means, cookies. I'm going to a very swanky party tonight and I wanted to bring a special Christmas cookie that I learned how to make a long time ago when I was a little girl. My Aunt Virginia was making them at my grandma and grandpa's house, and when I tried to help, my grandpa got very upset. He was afraid that I would scald myself with the hot oil because this is a deep fried cookie that you can make in the shape of stars or snowflakes, and they're very delicate. They remind me of funnel cakes that you can get at the county fair. When they're cooled off, you sprinkle powdered sugar on them, and so they look like a snowflake. My Aunt Virginia let me come to her apartment, and it was really fun. She was one of those like Marlo Thomas, that girl kind of women back in the 70s. And so I got to go to her apartment and learn how to make them myself. And it's one of my most cherished childhood memories, and I'm going to walk you through the process now. It's not as hard as you think it might be. It's certainly not intimidating. So let's get started, okay? First of all, you want to get your oil going to about 365 degrees. And I'm using a fondue pot, but you can use a Fry Daddy, or you can even use just a regular pan on the stove. But you have to be very careful, always, when you're working with hot oil. I have a fill line in mind that shows me where to fill it up. And then the ingredients are really simple. It just calls for 1 egg, 1 cup of milk, a half teaspoon vanilla, a cup of flour, 2 tablespoons sugar, and a half a teaspoon salt. So I'm going to mix those ingredients together right now. Just going to use a small bowl like this. And my cup of milk. I don't know if it matters whether you use whole milk or 2% or whatever. This is 2%. I imagine that if you use whole milk, you're just going to have a little bit more body to the batter. But I've made it with 2% before, and I never noticed much of a difference. Oh, I just realized though, we need to mix the wet ingredients together first. So these are my dry ingredients. I'm going to do the flour, the 2 tablespoons sugar, okay, and 1/8 of a teaspoon salt, and just mix the dry ingredients together. Then I'm just going to mix the wet ingredients right in here. Just makes it easier. So I need an egg. And stop it, egg. Okay, there's my egg in there. And I need vanilla. Whoa, well, that kind of splashed out of there, didn't it? Okay, I'm sure that doesn't matter too much. I'm going to whisk it up and add to my dry ingredients. Okay, whisking that. I taught my son Clayton how to make pancakes a while back, and he soon discovered the importance of having the right consistency of your batter. Because of course, if your batter's too thin, they're going to spread out all over the griddle, but if it's too thick, they're just going to sit there like big blobs and be all doughy in the middle. Nobody likes doughy pancakes. So this, I think I have a pretty good consistency here. I cleaned up my workspace a little bit, and I recommend that you have everything, once you start the actual frying process, make sure that you have something like this. I have a drying rack for when they come out, and you're going to want to have something to catch any kind of oil that might drip underneath them. You can just use paper towels, whatever you have. Now, you're going to want to use a very clean, dry iron and put it in the hot oil first. Just let it sit there for a little bit and get really hot. And shake off the excess oil. And then dip it in the batter. You don't want to cover it though. You just want to dip it in just before it's ready to go over the top, and then set it in the oil. Nothing like the sound and smell of things frying. It's like a little party in a pot. Okay, sometimes they'll come right off of your iron, and in that case, you can go and dip another one in there. And you can be like me, a two-fisted fryer. That one might even come off. It takes a lot of dexterity. Whoops. So at about the time it takes to watch your favorite sitcom, you have at least 60 or more of these snowflakes that you can bring to your party. Now the temptation might be to go ahead and put the powdered sugar on them right now. Don't do it. I'm going to go take a shower because I don't want to go to my party smelling like hot oil, unless that's the kind of party that it is. Not. Do something that gets you out of the kitchen for a while so you're not tempted to put the powdered sugar on too early, because if you do, they're just gonna, if they're too warm, they're gonna soak up the powdered sugar and just be kind of gummy and nasty. And you really want them light and crisp and yummy. In fact, you can even just sprinkle the powdered sugar on them right before you're ready to leave. That might be the best idea. Okay, so we'll be back in just a minute to see how they all turned out. Okay, well, I'm almost ready for the party, but we've got to put the powdered sugar on. What you need to do is lay the cookies out and get rid of any that are maybe a little bit, they didn't crisp up enough, you didn't fry them long enough. Just get rid of all the rejects. And then spread them all out evenly. Just fill a sifter with some powdered sugar and just get them, be very careful. You might even just have to go like this a little bit. You don't want too much on them. Everyone at this party is going to kill me. They're going to have powdered sugar all over their pants, which is why I wore white. Well, there you go. Put them on a pretty platter and you've got a fun, festive, and fried holiday cookie that's sure to dress up any table. And yes, I'm going to taste one. Thanks for watching, and may all your Christmases be bright.